Hello everyone, this is Pastor Lon out of Homestead and Pastor, my wife Robbie Lynn. I want to invite y'all for another episode of Come Sit a Spell on this Thursday evening. I hope everybody had a good week thus far, and I hope you have a good night and a good rest of the week and the weekend. But we just want to get on and talk a little bit about a few more prepping items that we've purchased that Robbie Lynn's ordered. Some of it come from Amazon, some of it come from Walmart. We just want to share that with you, and then we're going to talk about a little bit of our language, talk, or words, or whatever you want to call it, that we kind of use around here in our neck of the woods. But first thing we want to talk about is let's go ahead and talk about this light bulb, Robbie. You know, we talked about the light bulbs that Miss Josie featured on her YouTube over at Cedar Creek Homestead, and those were kind of, you just screw in the lamp, right, Robbie? And
by electricity.
Right, it charges by electricity. But Robbie Lynn has ordered us something else.
Searching for them, I found
Yeah.
This is a solar light bulb. This is the little solar panel.
Let me see if you keep talking.
And you would take that like if you were in the house. You would put that outside in the bright sun, and then the bulb would be on the inside charging. And then when it's charged up, you unplug that, and it's got a little button on top. You mash, and then it's got the hanger. And you can hang them anywhere, and it says they'll last up to 6 hours. That's a bright one there.
That is bright.
That's brighter than the other one.
Yeah.
And I thought this was pretty neat.
You don't tell me the name of that?
I ordered it from Walmart, but it looks like it came from China, don't it?
Yeah, it does. It probably did, but if you can kind of see that name on it, I'm not going to try to pronounce it because that's not some of the words that we use around South Carolina. So y'all have to figure that one out on your own. But it's B-A-I.
If you go to Walmart, look for the what's
yeah.
it called on the front right here? The portable solar energy lamp is what it's called.
Okay.
If you punch that in, they'll come up.
Say that again.
The portable solar energy lamp.
Okay. So y'all check those out, and maybe.
I got 2 of them.
And
Might get
these,
some more.
you said these last about 6 hours.
That's
Right?
what it says.
Okay.
I haven't tried it.
But we just wanted to share this with you, and you never know when loss of power, whether it's like we always talk about, whether it's a storm, hurricane, or
It's got a long cord, too.
it does have a long cord, or the grid was to go down, anything like that. So it's just. All right. While she's putting that back in the box, the next thing we want to talk about is what's the next thing we want to talk about, Robin? Let's talk about this right here. We bought this from Walmart. It's a portable pop-up pod. You can kind of see what it looks like. You want to give them a little bit of your take on that. It can be used for shower.
Well, you could use it like if you're camping for like a dressing room or a shower. I should have bought the solar shower thing.
Well, we'll show that to them next time.
But it just pops up like almost like a TP. But my idea was to use it like if the everything went, if the lights went off and stuff, that we could use it as a porta potty.
Okay, hold that thought. Then she said porta potty.
I saw it somewhere. That idea.
So, speaking of porta potty, this is a toilet bucket lid, where it looks just like your regular toilet seat. Well, yeah, it's round, but I mean it's got the lid and everything on it. And you can take a 5-gallon bucket, just a regular 5. It said it fits most 5-gallon buckets.
Try it and see.
And you snap it on the 5-gallon bucket, but also you put a waste bag, trash bag, waste bag in here. It's got 3 of them in here.
What I've done is I buy the little 13-gallon trash bags that you can buy like in the roll. They're probably $3 or something. I try to pick up a pack of those very often. And that's what I had in mind, either to use it in that, or if you lost power and water and stuff like that, you could actually put the plastic garbage bag inside of your toilet, use the toilet, and you wouldn't have to flush. You just take the bag and tie it up and dispose of it.
And we're ready to go. How about that?
That's style.
That is. That's style.
And you can use that for camping or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gotta relate to
the
Power
grid going down, but you use it for anything you need it. I mean,
Put it on the back of your truck, going
take
hunting.
it hunting, fishing, anywhere. It'd be coming really good. And most people say, well, I never use that. If the urge hits you right, you would use it, trust me. So keep that in mind. So that's that's the last thing we'll talk about as far as the prepping. All right, the other week, I don't know, it was the last consider spell or the one before. But anyway, a week or so ago, we showed y'all one of these stoves, and the one that we had before, it only used these cans, this butane fuel can, and you just take, and like I'm not gonna demonstrate it again, but you screw it right in here like I showed you last time.
Screw it, just pop in.
Well, it just pops in. It's got a little lever there to lock it in place. All right, but then Robbie Lynn ran up on something else where you got this adapter and this hose that goes in the end of this. It's got the same adapter at the end of this hose that this can has on it right here. So therefore it locks in. Yeah, see the same shine. It's got the same hookup on the end, so therefore it'll hook this end of the hose will hook up where that can normally would, and then you can take the propane tank. Oh, we're taking that off.
I can't take it off.
Don't worry about it. But anyway, this will hook just like this, and you can control that with this. I
think it's controlled.
Okay, it's still controlled by this. But anyway, you can use the. But the reason I wanted to show this was because you can use these propane cylinders or the butane, either one of them.
I think these are cheaper.
Yeah. What did you tell me the price of those were? You looked it up a while ago from Walmart. Now, the stove came from Amazon. Both of these.
I ordered these from Walmart.
Okay.
And I picked these up because they weren't. They won't ship these.
Okay.
I had to pick them up.
All right. So, but how much?
These average like $3.25.
Where these are like $5 or something.
No.
Oh, you talking about the other butane?
I think I got like a 4-pack of these for what?
$12
or something. It might be around the same amount. They were close.
But I'm saying you bought the little can there, the butane. You figured that out a while ago for a 12-pack for how much? $30-something. They come out to be.
From Walmart, I got a 12-pack. They weren't the same name brand for $38.95.
Which ended up being like $3.25 a piece. So.
But from Amazon, I ordered these. I ordered a 4-pack for $20.
That wasn't too good a
deal. That was
before
I found them at Walmart.
Yeah. So.
Amazon don't always have the best deal.
Everything you've seen here come from Walmart except for the this little stove. And one thing I would make mention of, somebody did comment on the last video we done about just being mindful. And that is something you need to, it does say on the instructions, be mindful when you're using that stove inside. Anytime you're using gas inside, you just need to make sure you take precautions and be real careful for us, carbon monoxide and stuff like that. So, well ventilated areas and stuff like that. It's always good to err on the side of caution. But that's kind of all we got tonight as far as prepping is concerned. But like I said, these things may come in real good, real handy. The way things are going in the world today, we're not looking at it from a doom and gloom standpoint, but at the same time, we're all living in some tough times. If you're watching the news, you see a lot going on with us and Russia, and I don't know what's going to happen with that, but one thing we do know, our Lord and Savior is in control of it all. We just got to trust Him.
We do our part, and He does the rest.
Right. Spoke tonight. The 3 points I had at Flat Creek was one about we winning. We're winning. We're on the winning side, as long as we're on God's side. But the 3 points, if I got a good enough memory to remember, the first point was we got to realize that we are who we serve. We serve God Himself, the great I Am. We got to realize that we got to acknowledge Him in everything we do. We got to lean on Him in everything we do, and when He blesses us, we need to thank Him for it. And the last thing I mentioned was we got to trust Him with the outcome. We got to trust Him with everything that we put into His hands, knowing that He'll take care of it. So, again, I just wanted to throw that in because, yeah, somebody asked me the other week, was it okay for?
Was it a sin for a Christian to prep?
Yeah, was it a sin for Christians to prep? If you remember, our brother Howie Ferguson over at Cedar Creek Homestead before he passed away. back in December, he was talking about on his channel, and he said the same thing I say. It's perfectly fine to prep, and one reason I know that is because Noah had to make preparations, and he saved mankind because God could have built the boat, but he told Noah to build it. So God can do anything he wants to, but he gives us common sense to take care of ourselves. And I wouldn't consider myself much of a man if I didn't try to take care of my wife, and my own kids, and my family, and help anybody else just watching here any way I can. So Noah had to make preparations to build that ark, and we need to make preparations to take care of ourselves. God give us this, our common sense to use it, and we need to use the good common sense that God has given us. But anyway, enough about that for right now. I just wanted to maybe have a little humor with you. And
well, another thing too about the ant in the Bible.
Yeah.
They prepare.
Yeah.
About the ants in the Bible.
If we work like ants, everybody would be prepared. And if ants were as big as humans, they would take over the world. One, there's more of them than there are us. Two, they would outwork us hands down. So it's amazing how, and God talks about the ant, and he also talks about the sluggard in the Bible. And
yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah. I can't see.
The ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer.
So there you go. You plant your garden, raise your own food, stock up on your own food. We said this last time. This is something you can't say enough because maybe somebody that watched this didn't get to see the other video. But you cannot be too prepared to sustain yourself and take care of you and your family.
Proverbs 6. I think that's a 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise.
Amen. So he's teaching us right there that we need to prepare and make sure we got made preparations. I don't see a thing in the world wrong with that as a Christian. Matter of fact, I think as the Bible says, that's wise. That's a wise decision for the sluggard to not be a sluggard, but to go to the ant and do what the ant does. And the ant prepares during summer so they have plenty of food in the winter. And you and I need to do the same thing. Planting our garden, raising our food, raising our animals, or whatever. A lot of people have a problem with raising animals and butchering or slaughtering animals, but he gave us dominion over everything on the earth. Mankind has dominion over all the creeping things, all fowls of the air, everything, the fish in the sea, everything. So
nowadays they put an animal's life more important than a baby.
They do, and we love our animals. We got dogs, we love them to death, but their lives are not as important as a human being, and we abort those every single day. Enough about that. We want to try to get back to stay on stay focused here, stay on course. For some of the things that we were raised up here in South Carolina, and I hear other YouTubers that share things on their channel about the way they talk, and some of the things that they talk in other parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, we say some of those same things. But some of the things we're raised up saying, and I want to get you to put some comments in the box down below. If you've used these words, or if you got a different word for the same that means the same as what we're talking about here. But I jotted a few of them down, and the first thing I jotted down was blue jeans. Most people consider blue jeans, they call them blue jeans, but when we were coming up, we called them,
your mama called them dungarees.
My mama called them dungarees. I don't know if you've ever heard that word before to describe blue jeans, Levi's, Lee's, or whatever, Carhartt, but we called them, my mama called them dungarees. And there was a few other people I knew called them dungarees as well. So if you've ever used that word before to describe blue jeans, let me know. If you've never heard of it, let me know that as well. And as far as the prepping, if you got any questions about anything that we put up here, I want to say that before we moved away from that completely. If you have a question about anything on here that we've described to you or displayed to you tonight, just let us know. And if you got some ideas about or had experience with some of these things, please let us know that as well. But dungarees was the first one. The next one is refrigerator. When I was growing up, my mom and a lot of my family members, I don't know about your family, but they called it a calvinator. That's right, calvinator. You probably think, man, where in the world that word come from? But I know there are going to be some people on here that's heard some of these words. So We use Calvinator a lot instead of refrigerator. The floorboard of a car. Around here, we call that the
foot.
The foot.
Sit that in the foot.
Yeah, sit that in the foot, not the floorboard. Sit that in the foot of the car. And most people, a lot of people today, you mention that to them because they would just think you lost your mind. You know, what in the world is the foot?
Well,
The
when
foot.
Corey went to college, some of his friends.
Well, we'll get that next. That's
Well,
what.
that's one of them too. The foot. He told him to put it in the foot. He told that boy said, "What in the world's a foot?"
Yeah, when he went to college and the
It's on
guy.
the floorboard.
Yeah, he said put it in the foot, and he looked at Corey like he had 3 heads. Like, what do you mean the foot? All right, and something else we used right here it was the glove box or the glove compartment that most people call in the car, where most people get registration and paperwork for the vehicle and other things in the glove compartment or the glove box. Well, when I was growing up around here, we called that, you put that in the pocket of the car instead of the glove box. I probably never used the word glove compartment. Not when I was growing up in the country. I probably maybe used glove box every now and then, but it was always the pocket. Put that, the highway patrolman pull you, the registration, get that registration form, Rob, it's in the pocket of the car. And she knew exactly where it was at. In other words,
Yeah, and you've been pulled.
yeah, I had to go in the pocket a lot. Because y'all know in one of the previous videos I shared with y'all that I didn't do any drinking and drugs and all that, but speed was my downfall. And I had to go in the pocket a lot to get my registration.
But you've been doing good for.
I've been doing good. Knock on wood. I've been doing pretty good. All right, what else we got? I can't read my own writing. Okay. When somebody would say, like some of you might talk about a soft drink or a soda, we just call it a drink. I'm going to if you're going to get a Mountain Dew from my granddaddy LG store, bring me a drink back. What kind of drink you want? A Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, a Red Rock, RC Cola. But it was a drink. We didn't call it soda, and we didn't call it. Some people call it soda pop, or soda. What was the other? What was the other word you just used? Not soda, but what? See that? She done lost it. That's okay.
Soft drink.
Yeah, soft drink. Okay. All right. So anyway, it's a drink to us. We didn't call it that.
It's not soft at all. Either.
No, it ain't. I know it's not. All right. A pack of crackers, like Lance crackers, got the 6 crackers in it. We call that a 4-corner nab. Nab or either 4-corner nab. The 4-corner nab was the square ones. The ones that some of them had the more orange, but the more orange looking for 4-corner nab had peanut butter inside of it. The other one was more yellow. It had cheese on the inside of it, nip cheese maybe. But anyway, we always called that a nab, a 4-corner nab. All right, but if you got the round ones, and the toasty, I can't think of what the word I've said. Toasty, they had peanut butter in it, but it was a round cracker. So we didn't call that, that's not a 4-corner nab, that's just a nab. And some people did call them a pack of crackers every now and then, but man, they don't like taking a 4-corner nab, whether it's the cheese or the peanut butter, or get a can of potted meat and just scrape that potted meat out, especially if you're on a deer drive somewhere. Robbie's not crazy about potted meat, but I was raised on potted meat and viennas and pork and beans. And I didn't like the beanie weenies as much as I like the pork and beans. I like beanie weenies too, but I like pork and beans better. All right, what else we got there?
Thermal underwear.
Thermal underwear. We hardly ever call them thermal underwear. We may call them thermals every now and then, but we call them long johns around here. I don't know if any of you guys and gals refer to thermal underwear as long johns, but if you do or you don't, let me know in the comments. And that's what I like about the channel. Me and Rob, we've met a lot of people on here since we got started, and it's just, we look forward to doing these videos. We look forward to watching other people's videos, and it's just like an extended family. Matter of fact, this past Sunday at your mama's, we were over eating Sunday dinner at Robbie's mama's house, and her mama was talking about Miss Josie.
We got Mama to watch him.
Yeah, her mom was watching Cedar Creek Homestead. We're gonna tell her about some more channels on here that she might like to watch. But anyway, they were talking about Miss Josie, about what Miss Josie had going on in the video she shared, and
like she was one of the
yeah, she was one of the family. And one of her sisters said, "Josie who? Like, who is Miss Josie?" But they don't know because they're not on here. But man, this has really been a blessing to us, because You know, I always wanted a big family, and I thank the Lord for my family, my side of the family, her side of the family. But I always wanted to live in a family like the Waltons, and I feel like I got that now with all of our YouTube family. They really mean a lot to us. So it's Long John's here in the South where we live, not thermal underwear. All right, what's that? Okay. When somebody says, I've had enough, that's enough, quit playing, I've had enough of your nonsense, we've used the term, I've had a bait of it. I've had a bait of what you're doing, get out of my face, I'm tired of you messing with me, I've had a bait of it now. And if you keep on, it's going to be bad, especially if it's your brother, or your sister, or somebody in the family. But most people use that as had enough. We use it as we've had a bait of that, whatever's going on.
That thing in the refrigerator.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to see if there's something I left out on this other. Okay. As far as children or kids, hardly ever we call them kids or children pretty much around here a lot. We always called them, and were called young'uns. Y'all young'uns, when we were growing up, young'uns or kids didn't sit around and listen to grown people's conversations like they do now. We were y'all young'uns better get out there in the yard and make you some mud pies or push those little Tonka toys or whatever, make whatever. You need to go out there and do what young'uns do and stay out of grown people's conversation. That's just the way it was. And I remember my grannies or my great grandmamas, and same with Robbie's grannies, they used to sit around the porch a lot and talk. But the young'uns, you need to get out there in the yard and play. You don't get up in grown people's business. And another thing that I think about young'uns, my aunt Peg, she's passed away back in 2012 from cancer, but every time we used to have to take Brad and Michaela down to Charleston for a checkup with the kid, whether it was kidney or ear, eye, whatever was going on. They had a lot of surgeries during their childhood, and every time we'd go to Charleston and come back, I could count on my Aunt Peg calling me later that night when we got back. On those, her exact words would be, "What doctor say about them young'uns today?" Remember that? Young'uns. Yeah. What did the doctor say about them young'uns? So, let me know if y'all have heard that term before. Y'all have heard me say this before. I don't hardly ever say, like we used to crop tobacco. It's always been backer, but ER with a lot of our words around here. But we cropped backer when I was coming up. We didn't crop tobacco. I never heard anybody around here call it tobacco. Pretty much it's always backer. And another thing, if you getting ready to do something, like you say, I'm getting ready to do this or I'm about to do that, we always call it fixing. I'm fixing to get ready and go to work. I'm fixing to put my boat up to my truck, and we fixing to go fishing. You know, fixing, most people think about fixing a car or fixing up some victuals so you have something to eat, but we get ready to go. We say, we'll talk with you later. We fixing to go. That's just the way we talk around here. One other thing that I want to do, I think that's all of them on here.
Well, I got one that Mama says all the time I pick at her about, we pick at her. She says, I got to go at the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to go at the bathroom.
Yeah.
I said, go at. I said, you got to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Go at the bathroom. She sure does. She says that a lot. That's a good one. What other, before we wrap it up, what else you think some of the words we use? Oh, I've heard people say this on a few other channels, but Robbie's daddy says it a lot, and my granddaddy used to say this a lot. Instead of them saying, I'm fixing to go over to so-and-so's house to help them fix their tractor or to help them move a barn or help them with anything, they would say what?
Hope.
Yep, we're going to hope them. The first time I heard people say that, I was like, where in the world, what is he talking about? Now that's,
he hoped me do this.
He hoped me do this, he hoped me do that, but to me, I've always used help, but I have heard her dad and our grandparents say that before, hope somebody instead of help somebody, so let me know if you heard that one too. And one other thing, new cars today don't have them, of course, and a lot of young people today don't know, had never experienced this. Matter of fact, I remember when we used to go deer shining at night, just to look at the deer, Robbie and I, when my 70, I think that was a 78 Chevrolet pickup truck,
And we were riding along there shining for deer, not shooting deer at night now, don't get me confused, just shining, looking at them. They finally cut that out, so everybody was harassing the deer, and that was probably true. But anyway, we would be shining for deer at night, just looking at them. And we were riding down the road, and every time I meet a car, I'd hit the dimmer switch in the floorboard. And I've done that a couple of times, and my brother and his wife was with him. She's a little bit younger than we are. Yeah, she asked my brother, said, why does Lon keep stomping the floorboard every time he meets a car that's coming down the road? And man, we just bust out laughing when she said that. Yeah, what's he stomping over there in the floorboard? And Timmy my brother told her that that's the dimmer switch. She said she had never heard of a dimmer switch being in the floorboard of a car. But it was, and I think I personally think it was better when it was in the floorboard than that, because you'd have to use your distraction. You didn't have to use it. But I'm looking for me an older model vehicle anyway that don't have a computer and all on it, because a lot of these computerized cars got a problem with the grid goes down, and a lot of those won't work. So I wish I had a '73 step side. Robbie called them saddlebags. Had the step side. But it had the 3-speed on the column, and I'll never forget it. When you ride down that 3-speed, it was a straight 6-cylinder motor in it. And that was back when you opened the hood, you could just crawl over in the hood. Wasn't anything but the motor. They have all that computerized stuff. Now you can't even get your hand in there to work on the car today. They make them like that so you can take them back to somebody else to spend more money on to fix it. But anyway, that 3-speed on the column, I'll never forget the gear pattern on it. Straight back to you and straight down was first, and then you mash the clutch, go down the road, mash the clutch, and you pull it up, let it go out and up was second, and then straight down out was third. If you wanted to back up, you pulled it all the way in and go up, and that was reverse.
I could drive it too.
Yeah, she could drive it, but I really missed that truck. And the other one I was talking about, the '78, it was a V8, 350 V8 engine in it, and it was automatic. So. And it was a fleet side, not a what I call it on step side, yeah. But anyway, we just want to talk about a few different things like that, prepping, and some of the talk and language we use around here. But please let me know if you experience or using any of these things we talked about. If you have any questions, please leave comments below, and please share with us if you use any of the terms that we use or the words that we use right here to describe different things. Time we get in this video, I'm gonna think of something else. Like, oh man, I should ask them about that.
I'm looking for something like my mom and daddy. They stay how far away from us?
As the crow flies, probably I'm guessing about 10 miles.
20-25 minutes away. Anyway, if something were to go down, we lose power, lose communication. I need a way to get in contact with her, to be able to communicate with them so we can get them to our house. If anybody knows any kind of communication tools to be able to, I've heard of a ham radio. I'm not really, that sounds kind of complicated.
Well, what we might have to do, I thought about this, you said ham radio, I thought about it.
Ham, they call it ham.
Yeah, but I'm saying, back when I was growing up, everybody around me had a CB radio in their vehicle.
Well, you would have to have one, and Daddy would have
I
one.
know, but we used to use CB radios a lot right here, and they would talk a long ways. But if you get
I just need something to be able to communicate with them, make sure they're all right, and get them to my house.
Because, not saying anything negative about our family, but we got family, just like y'all got family. Some of them believe in prepping and think we spot on, and they want to come to our house, something goes down, and we got family members think we're crazy and losing our mind. That's fine too. But her mama is definitely one that's on board. You got her one of these stoves, and got her the gas, the light bulbs that Miss Josie had displayed. So you got a buddy heater. She's trying to get some of that stuff. And hey, what's worst case? I mean, if you never use it, it's better to have it, not need it, than to need it, not have it. And that's the way we look at it. So, and it's not just whether you think the sky's falling or it's fixed, but I think there are going to be some bad times, bad days ahead. But hurricane, bad thunderstorm, anything like that can put the power out, take the power out. And there's most people in America today, I say most people, the average family, don't have enough food or water stored up to last probably even a week, probably less than a week, unfortunately. But people need to be mindful of these things and be prepared, because you can never be too prepared for something that might go on in this country. So, anything else you want to add before we wrap this up, Robert Lynn?
I got a lot I can think of.
Well, we got to save something for another video. One thing I would like to say too is started off, and that maybe still may be times that I do some of these consider spells that she's not available. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know how much y'all enjoying her being on here with me, but I'll tell you, it makes me feel good as a husband and a man to have my wife, my helpmate, my bride right by my side to share this consider spell with you. I know how it made me feel when I used to watch Brother Howie and Sister Josie when they were together on their videos. You know, even when he was here, you know, most of them he done by himself, but every now and then he would get her to get on there with him, and it made a big difference. And now she's having to do it on her own, and she's doing a great job. But I just appreciate Robbie Lynn being out here with me, because it means a lot to me, and for her to get involved in the videos is really, really a blessing to me, and I hope it's been a blessing to all of y'all. And I also want to thank all the different I want to mention any right now because I don't leave anybody out, but there's a lot of other YouTube channels that have really reached out and helped us and given us good advice since we started back in September of 2020. And then I want to thank all of our subscribers, our supporters on here. Some of you have been with me from the get-go. By the way, that means from the beginning. And also, some of you have been over since Brother Howard gave me a shout out. Ernie Hatmaker gave us a shout out. Simply Jan gave us a shout out. There's just been many people that have helped us. I hope I didn't leave anybody out that's giving us a shout out, but we really appreciate everybody reaching out to us, because you know we just want to be a blessing to everybody and receive blessings from all you guys and gals, not just other YouTube channels, but y'all don't understand how good it makes us feel when y'all comment back on our videos. It really means a lot to me and Robert Lynn and myself. So thank you again for that. And we thank you for being a subscriber. And if anybody's watching this, you hadn't subscribed, we'd invite you to join our channel and give us a thumbs up if you like the videos, and keep that bell. Check your notifications. Sometimes they go off for whatever reason. And also, some of our church members have been unsubscribed from our channel and wasn't getting the notifications, and they didn't unsubscribe themselves. I don't know if it's a glitch in YouTube or whatever, but might need to check that. So, but anyway, share these videos if you feel like sharing them. I know somebody that may want to hear it or see it on Facebook or wherever. But until next time, remember, Jesus Christ loves you, and Jesus Christ is the answer for any and everything you're dealing with in life. Hope you all have a blessed night. Bye-bye.